Good morning. Oh, hey, I'm definitely here. Whoa. Okay, welcome. It's so good to see all of you. It's amazing to stand up here and see everybody come on in and having a great time beforehand. That'll never get old. So, welcome to the Umpqua Unitarian Universalist congregation. I'm Glennis Peterson. I especially would like to welcome those of you who are here for the first time or fairly new with us or haven't even been here for a long time, whatever. Glad to see you all. And welcome also to all of you at home. We're so glad you're joining us here. I would like to acknowledge the people who come before us on this land, where this beloved sanctuary now stands. This is the land of the Umpqua people, whose name graces both forks of the river and this valley, and whose name has been chosen as the name of this congregation. This land acknowledgement is in recognition of their gifts and the beginning of atonement for harms done, and part of a path towards healing. I wish to thank our greeters today, Alan Mary Herring. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate everything that you guys do. And as always, I'm ever grateful for our staff, Sean, Jake, Genevieve, and Annan, for their talents and skills in helping us stay on top of everything. Please take a moment to turn off your phone. Today, our speaker is Donna Smith. She is a Unity chaplain, a Taizé prayer leader and trainer, a Reiki master and practitioner, a nonviolent communication teacher, a student and teacher of A Course in Miracles, and is active in our Cares and Concerns community ministry. Now, to help those who in our community suffer from food insecurity, we join with several Roseburg churches in support of the Fish Pantry. We will now collect your food or money donations for fish. While they are collecting, I also want to acknowledge one more person, Connie Erickson, who is bringing us these lovely flowers down here. Thank you so much, Connie. Thank you all so much. This really does help. Now, as I light the chalice this morning, listen to these words and keep them in your heart. Fire consumes and casts a bright light. May our chalice flame consume our regrets for the past, our fears about the future, and our worries about today. May it light for us a path of joy and peace. And our opening words from the Way of Mastery. Imagine a way of life in which creativity flows forth from a source so deep within you and around you that no language or dogma can contain it. A force and a source that knows how to express itself through you in such a way that it is constantly and only serving the atonement. The awakening of all creation to the truth of God's presence. Please rise as you are able to sing hymn number 1010, We Give Thanks, because it really is all about gratitude.
Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day.
Well, now is the time in our service, since I don't see any young people that want to go downstairs. No? Okay. Well, it's when we remember our joys and concerns with silent or spoken candle lighting regarding the significant milestones in our lives. I invite those who wish to light a candle, silent or spoken, to please form a line to my right, and those with spoken words, spoken candles, please give your name and try to be brief. And for those of you at home, this is a time to reflect on what's going on in your life and maybe light a candle too. The offering is a sacrament of the Free Church. We are supported by the voluntary generosity of all who join us. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared hopes and values. For the gifts we have received, may we be truly grateful. May we be committed to using these gifts to make a difference in the world and expand our beloved community. And now we've got Underground River, Sean Shea, Susie Shea, and me. Enjoy.
And Glennis.
Sorry, I didn't have this ready. Okay.
There is a river flowing under the ground. There's a stream of elixir from the ocean of sound. You can tap into the current if you dig deep down in your soul. Be still and let it flow into your vessel. Refill and your thirsty reservoir with essence of your soul. There is a river flowing under the ground. There's a stream of elixir from the ocean of sound. You can tap into the current if you dig deep down in your soul. Listen, if you're silent, you can hear it. This is the whispered secret of the Spirit in your soul. There is a river flowing under the ground. There's a stream of elixir from the ocean of sound. You can tap into the current if you dig deep down in your soul. Water, when it is still, is like a mirror. Gather your scattered wits and you'll see clearer. In your soul there is a river flowing under the ground. There's a stream of elixir from the ocean of sound. You can tap into the current if you dig deep down your soul. Enter into the stillness of the moment. Be present for the beautiful unfoldment of your soul. There is a river flowing under the ground. There's a stream of elixir from the ocean of sound. You can tap into the current if you dig deep down in your soul. In your soul. In your soul, dig deep down in your soul.
Okay, Donna and I are both making messes up here. Things just don't want to stay where I put them. Okay, well, thank you so much, Sean and Susie, for joining us for that. That's amazing. Thank you. I would like to introduce Donna Smith. She is a Unity Worldwide Ministry spiritual leader whose training focused on pastoral care. She is most happy when she can help others find peace and joy in their lives. Donna? Let me just get my mess out of here.
Of course. You notice she takes her papers with her now? Because last time I was here or something, I took her papers with me.
Doesn't work.
Good morning, everyone. Sean and Susie, those words, Sean, perfect. That was so beautiful. Thank all three of you. All right, well, it's good to see your faces. And I guess that's all right. Can I lift this up just a little? There we go. All right. The unknown is where all outcomes are possible. Enter it with grace. Who said that? I don't know either. It was on a Yogi tea bag. But I thought it was very appropriate for the message this morning. So when we talk about keys to the kingdom, we're talking about a state of being that we feel that we don't have. The unknown, we call it. We are continuously searching for the kingdom. Now, you may have another word for it. You may call it heaven. You may call it nirvana, ecstasy, bliss, inner peace, God, joy. I mean, it has lots of words. But that doesn't make it any different than what it is. Today I'm going to be using the word kingdom. So I want to start this morning at the end. Okay, so if we were actually in the kingdom, what would that be like? Okay, well, I think we would all have an inner knowing that all things are possible. I think that we would all have a deep gratitude for this mystery that we call life. I think we would all have feelings of joy and excitement for every moment of life. I think you would wake up in the morning raring to go every morning. I think we would all have a deep peace, knowing that you are loved beyond words, and an inner awareness and experience of this unconditional love. And all of a sudden you realize, wow, I'm it. I am unconditional love. I think that we would all have a deep peace knowing that we are indestructible and we are always safe. I believe that we would have a life filled with abundance for our every desire. In the kingdom, there is no lack. I believe that we would all have an innate urge to share everything that we have with all others. All the abundance in all of its form, our wisdom, our physical abundance. I believe that we would all have a deep understanding of the oneness of life and the importance of taking care of ourselves, taking care of others, and taking care of Mother Earth. I believe that we would have no idea what fear or worry or stress mean. No idea what guilt, shame, or blame mean. They would not be in our vocabulary. They would not be in our dictionaries. And I believe that each and every one of us would have a healthy mind, soul, and body. And I believe that we are all in an eternal state of bliss every moment when we are in the kingdom. Now, this being the kingdom, would you enter it with grace? Well, I certainly would. I would enter it with awe and gratitude for what is real. For you see, the kingdom is the only thing that is real. What has been created as the opposite of all that I just described here is not who or what we are. Everything that is the opposite of what I just described is based in fear, and we are not fear. Now, we may have fearful thoughts and we may experience fear, but we are not fear. So, how do you define the kingdom? You can't, because it's a mystery. Soren Kierkegaard once wrote, "Once you label me, you negate me." So when we try to define, label, and put things into little boxes, we have missed their truth and their expansiveness by trying to put them into these little ideas that we have about them. So what we described above are the feelings and experiences we have while we're in the kingdom. So trying to label it, we have called it by many names, from God, Source, Allah, Creator, and the list goes on. In one of my ministerial classes, we were asked to give the names of God, and within just a few minutes we came up with 52. 52 names of God. Now, religions around the world have tried to define the kingdom, and they failed because it's indefinable. And some even won't even say the word God or anything that relates to that in reverence for it, because it is so amazingly mysterious. So to enter the kingdom and experience all possibilities is pretty alluring, isn't it? Yeah. Well, guess what? You're already in the kingdom. As A Course in Miracles states, we have never left the garden. What has happened is that we have had a thought that we could leave the garden and live on our own. That's all it is. It's a thought. So just like a child when it leaves home at 18, to go out and do its own thing, how many of them come back home? For money, maybe, or some guidance, or a place to lay their head? Some of them come back home and never leave, don't they? Yeah. So this thought that we can be separate cannot erase the inner knowing of who we are and the longing to return to our spiritual home. No matter what happens outside of us, there's still that core within us. And the thought of separation and that longing inside of us to return home causes our discomfort. Our lives are created by thoughts. When you live your life knowing your origin and living from the depth of wisdom, you know you are still in love, you are still in the kingdom, and you are filled with abundance and grace and gratitude and compassion because you have connected to that inner knowing, and there's nothing outside of you that can pull you from that. So when in your mind you leave the nest and take off to create your life from a sense of separateness, you then experience suffering, pain, and unhappiness because you are not living from the wisdom of your origin. You are living in the demands of the world. The world is not the kingdom. The kingdom is not physical. The kingdom is consciousness, and that's what our truth is. We're consciousness. But we're so powerful, we created this world. And it is a beautiful world. So, are you living in the awareness of the kingdom? So ask yourself these questions, and then I want you to really ponder them with honesty and a willingness to be open to what your heart tells you about this. Does it feel like I am putting more energy into staying constricted than I am into allowing expansion? And what do I truly want? What is in my heart that keeps calling to me, keeps compelling me? Listen to your heart. It guides you back to the awareness that you are in the kingdom. It's an amazing organ that we have in our body. It is associated with the heart of the source of our being. It is that symbol. That heart in our body regulates all of the other functions in our body. And it is more intelligent than our brain, and that's been proven. We've talked about that before. So can you live in the world and still live in the life of the kingdom? And it's a big yes. And the 4 keys to the kingdom can help us change our paths. Now, we do this by making a different choice at the choice points as they come along for us. It's like there are numerous paths laid out before us. We choose which path we're on, and we follow that path. At times, we realize that we're not happy, and perhaps a change of path will help us. This is the choice point. Here is when we decide to cross over to another path of choice. Now, if we are steeped in fear, we tend to stay on the same path because we're more afraid of the unknown than we are the known. And that's very painful for us. The fear is controlling us at that point. So making a change, crossing over to a new choice point takes courage and commitment and strength. And each and every one of us here has all of that, has every one of those attributes within us. So there's nothing stopping you from choosing another path except your fear. Now, some more questions to ponder. Do I want to be the master of my life? How do I become the master of my life? How do I find that path or that way in life where I live in the awareness of the kingdom? In the Way of Mastery, it reads, a way in life means to have chosen from all possibilities that one which will stand out as the way to which you are committed, the way to which you devote the whole of your attention by granting your willingness that the way be followed. So it requires a willingness to commit, which is just a deliberate decision that something be so. That's all it is, a deliberate decision. And when you believe you have not succeeded or not completed that decision, fueled by a desire, it is only because you're simply not committed. And that may be another question you may ask yourself. Am I totally committed to this? And if your answer is no, I'm not fully committed, it may be time to choose another path. The first key is desire. And desire is everything. If it were not the desire of the source, none of us would be here. Without it, there can be nothing that arises. Therefore, when you desire, whatever you desire is of the utmost importance, isn't it? And I don't want you to be afraid of desire. Do not be afraid of desire. There's nothing, it's innocent. So do you desire to be all you can be? Do you desire to be a life-enriching force on this planet? Do you desire to live your passion, your purpose, with a compassion for commitment and without allowing any constrictions or distractions? Let's go back to our earlier question. Are you putting more energy into staying constricted than allowing expansion? And our second question, what is it that I truly desire? So when you ask your heart, your higher self, what is it I desire? What is my passion? You will get an answer. You will always get an answer. And you will know. You will know because your soul is going to say, aha, you finally got it. And you will just light up with this knowing inside of you. And you won't be able to dismiss it because it will be so real for you. And you will know that it's your truth. And it feels really good. So if you have any confusion about what you truly desire, go within and ask. And again, you will always get an answer. Now, it may not come right away, so it also requires patience sometimes, but it will always come. Sometimes it wakes me up in the middle of the night. But I'm not angry because I think, wow, I just got my answer. Wonderful. But you have to be willing to listen. Listen. Stop that chatter in your mind, okay? You know, ask that little chattering roommate in your mind to just be silent for a while and just listen. And if you do it enough, it will actually stop, for a moment anyway. Now, the second key is intention. Desire in time, where we are, is cultivated through intention. Now, we have used time to teach us how to be distracted, have we not? By all the thoughts and the perceptions of not only our own, but everyone else's. This cosmic soup we call our world. So how often have you set out to do something, something else comes along and you are distracted, and guess what? What you set out to do never gets done. I think if I called for a raise of hands, everybody's hand would go up. Many of these things are very simple little things. You know, I've had this intention to organize my office and my filing cabinet for a very long time. And yet I have allowed distraction after distraction after distraction to take me away from that. So I have to ask myself, how committed am I to having an organized office and filing cabinet? Well, there's so many other things in life, I think I'm not that committed. However, some of them are very major things in our lives. You intend to go to school, perhaps, and become a doctor. And then the distractions come, all right? Oh, but I don't have enough money. I don't have time to go back to school. Maybe I don't have the smarts to even do it. Or somebody else tells you, a doctor, you wouldn't make a good doctor. Those are distractions. The Way of Mastery reads that intention is that energy or that use of the mind that creates through consistent practice. The channel through which desire begins to move down and re-educate the emotional body and even the cellular structure of the physical body and all of the lesser avenues of thinking that occur within the intellect. So everything involved in your being is integrated, working together, and focused on the fulfillment of that one grand desire to accept your function in this world. So how do you apply intention? So when you find yourself distracted and from your desire and your intention that you've set, just go back to the basic questions. What is it that I most desire? And what am I committed to? Because if you are not really behind that desire with your intentions, maybe that's not really the desire. So again, you might have to go a little deeper to find out. Maybe this is a desire that has come from a generational existence and experience that you've had, and it's really not yours. So you really have to go in there and ask, what is your desire? And the universe always has the answers, always. But when you ask unclear questions, you're going to get unclear answers. Therefore, become crystal clear about your intention and remind yourself of it daily. I ask every day that my guidance come to me with the greatest of clarity. Very simple. Just ask for clarity, and you will get it. Desire and intention are critical. I suggest that you create a daily practice of restating your desires and your intentions. I do this in my morning meditation every day. I intend from my heart, or to come from my heart every moment with love and compassion, with acceptance and understanding, with forgiveness of myself and all others, and to be the light and the love that I truly am and shine it out into the world to help humanity move into the fifth dimension. Another one that I say every day, I intend from this moment forward to experience more of the light that is within me and that is me, and I allow it to transform me now. These have been very powerful for me, and they have changed my life. I make a commitment to that every morning. So that's why I really encourage you to write these things down and remind yourself of them every morning until they become so much a part of you that your life just becomes them. I cannot begin to tell you how my life has changed because I've done this. So these are just two of the ones that I do every day. I have many more, and I make them up every day to help me with any situation. And that's great, because if you're in a situation, maybe the morning desire and intention won't fit this one. But just do it. Just really go within yourself and trust yourself. And it works. It works every time. So when you have clarity of desire and the power of holding the intention supporting that desire, all things are possible. There is nothing that can stop you. And once you know that, you will not allow anyone else to get in your way with their naysaying or cause to question yourself anymore, because it will be such a deep knowing within you. You will then stay within your wisdom. And something about your wisdom, no one else knows you. Not even your spouse, your partner, your children. They do not know you. That's impossible. We all think we do, but they don't know you. They don't know your desires, and they don't know your purpose, but you do. It's always there. It's a matter of just going in. So we are powerful creators. Powerful creators. I know you hear me say that all the time, but I want you to really know that, because we are creating our life every moment. And I hope that you will accept that truth about yourself, because it will change your life. And it will change it in a way that you desire. And we can experience every moment that kingdom. All of those things in the kingdom are right here, right now. We just have to open our eyes, our hearts, and allow it to flow to us. So we just need to get ourselves out of the way, is basically what it's all about. And we're really good at putting ourselves in the way. So getting yourself out of the way, experiencing all of that, and we will be living in the kingdom in our awareness right now. And it's really beautiful. So let's take a deep breath. I'd like to invite you to join me in meditation right now. So find that perfect meditation seat. Relax your body, relax your mind. Tell that little roommate in your head to just go to sleep for a while. And just breathe in the beautiful peace of the breath of life. Become aware of your relaxed body and just how good it feels to be relaxed. Now bring your attention to your heart and think of someone or something that brings thoughts and feelings of genuine love and appreciation, joy and gratitude. And hold those thoughts and feelings in your awareness. You are now in your heart-brain coherence. You are now in the most powerful center of your wisdom. And from this powerful place, ask your heart, what is it that I most desire? What am I committed to? We did this last month in the White Stone Ceremony. And asking again this morning, will help keep you focused on your desires, or may help you redefine what those desires are. So ask and listen as we go into the silence for a few moments. Be respectful of your guidance, even if you don't understand it at this moment. The wisdom of the heart may not always agree with the reason of the intellect, but remain open to your guidance and be willing to consider it. So let us bring our attention back into this space. We are already in the kingdom. And all we need to do is open to that awareness and that truth. So I thank you all for being here this morning. And I envision that all your desires are blossoming right now in your life, and that the richness of the kingdom is blessing you every moment, for it is.
Thank you so much, Donna. Does anyone have anything you'd like to comment, ask, anything?
I was responsible for doing something about the library. And I found down there 5 books that are what Donna has been talking about this morning. They're all in the bookcase next to the window. They're available. Use them.
Use them. I love that. Thanks, JC.
You know, Donna, it's often been said that a clean desk is the sign of a sick mind.
I am not sick then. Thank you for that. That makes me feel better about that messy office of mine.
Anyone else? Well, I do have a comment. You were giving the example of cleaning out files. Well, I have on my work table files, 2 piles this deep from where I've been purging my files, and that's where they sit. So well, maybe we can just get that intention set to finally go through them, shred them, whatever. Does anyone else have another comment? Okay.
I really liked your comment where we're looking at if we're putting more energy into, what was the word? Contraction. Yeah, pulling in rather than expansion. And I think, boy, if I had a little reader's sign in my brain that it just kept doing that, those words are really good.
And you know, we've gone through, 2 or 3 years now of a lot of contraction because of what's been going on in our world. And, you know, and rightly so. However, now I think it's time for us to think about that and not allow it to consume us anymore. You know, to look at the expansion. We can expand and still be safe. You know, I know a lot of the contraction was due to staying safe. And again, rightly so. But we can also expand and stay safe too. So that's, you know, I think that's one of actually the big lessons of all of that. Any other questions or comments? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Somehow it turned back on again. Well, thank you, Donna. And now, as you are able, please rise and sing number 1008, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind, and we see our faces in each other's eyes. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, yeah, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our heart stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith, then our heart is in a holy place. Then our heart is in a holy place. Then our heart is in a holy place.
As you dissolve and loosen the shackles upon the mind, as the interior conflicts are healed and settled, as you begin to accept the abundance that Source would bestow upon you in all levels of life and all levels of feeling and perception, as you begin to taste the grandeur and the greatness that would flow through you, you will know who you truly are and will live that knowing fully. And now we extinguish this flame, but not its meaning and mission in our hearts. Our time together has come to an end. Go in peace, be of service to one another, and may you move through the world in love for all of your days. And now, join me in singing Go Lift It Up.
Bless your way.
Blessed be. Now join us for coffee and conversation.